Bryan Karns will be the first to tell you he is not the greatest golfer. Lucky for him, that wasn't in the job description. The OSU alumni is the director of this year's PGA Championship. I met him here at Southern Hills Country Club in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to learn how his time in Stillwater prepared him for the majors.
Working for the O'Colly, writing, the opportunity to be in the press box and have the kind of access to coaches and players and see it from that vantage point. I mean, it was invaluable to me because that's one of those positions, even as a student writer, you got to be right in the mix-up.
How did you parlay that into this profession with the PGA that you have now?
So it was the summer of 2007. I was looking for something to sort of supplement my time. So I saw this internship opportunity in sort of hospitality, sales, and services. I didn't really care what it was in. I just saw PGA Championship. Certainly sounded like a great thing to put on my resume. At the very least, it was going to be, a month-long internship that I was able to put on my resume, and I really sort of consider it my light bulb moment.
When was the last time Southern Hills hosted a PGA event?
2007 was the last PGA Championship.
Who won that year?
Tiger Woods.
I'm going to test your loyalty.
Yes.
If it's Tiger or an OSU alum and it comes down to those two in the final round, who are you cheering for?
Tiger's won enough, so, it's
you gotta share the wealth.
Yeah, you gotta share the wealth. Tiger's won here. He's won numerous PGA championships. So yeah, it would be hard to not cheer for our guys because despite the fact that we've had this incredible legacy of cowboy golf, Bob Tway is the only major champion we've ever had. So I would love nothing more than for this to be the year that we added a second one to the Oklahoma State history books.
Why do you think that Oklahoma State has such a prolific golf program?
What I see more than anything is just this culture that's created. That people want to come to Oklahoma State, to that golf program. They want to play in the facilities, but there's just a culture that you see carry over. Really, I mean, they're at that forefront of putting the swinging Pete on their bags and making it a priority to come back and to give back, and that's professional golfers are probably some of the most visible pro athletes. So when you see Ricky Fowler wearing his orange on Sunday, I mean, that's an advertisement for the school, and people understand that brand. They recognize it, they see it, and that's a testament, I think, to Coach Holder and everything that's gone on with the golf program.
Okay, so this is your office. How often do you come out and just walk around the Corso when it's a nice day? Just because I know you have to be inside in the trailer, but I need to kind of take in the scene while you can before it gets crazy next week.
Well, now that things are going up, I'll come out almost every day. I'll just jump in a golf cart and just go drive around to see sort of what's gone on. But you just, everywhere you look, I mean, you've got concession stand floor, you've got a grandstand there, but then obviously everywhere in between is where the spectators. So you do kind of visualize what the experience is going to be like, thinking about how fans are going to walk from one location to the next. And
you've worked at a lot of golf courses, and I know that you're an Oklahoma native, but where does Southern Hills rank? And try to keep the Oklahoma native part bias out of it.
I think, for me, the bias is not just Oklahoma. I mean, it's the fact that, I came really to one of my first major championships was here. I mean, my first internship, my start of my career was here. So it's always going to hold that above all else kind of spot.
Do you ever just take a little break from work and kind of play a hole or two, or is that?
They've got an extra 9 holes here that our offices butt up, so sometimes we will pop out there at the end of the day and play a little bit.
What do you think you could score if you played Southern Hills?
Well, I mean, I've played a handful of times, and I think I've shot an 88.
We are in Tulsa. Oklahoma State is in Oklahoma. What would it mean to you to see an OSU golf alumni win the 2022 PGA Championship?
This is the first PGA Championship we've had with full attendance since 2019. So there's just all these different sort of measurements. You can say this is why this is going to be probably the best one ever. But to have an Oklahoma State alum or an Oklahoma State golfer win, I mean, that would, I just have to retire. Not that I could afford to, but I would have to retire, because how does it get any better than that? At Southern Hills, you know, a Cowboy golfer winning, that would kind of be the perfect way to end the story.
For State Magazine, I'm Meghan Robinson.